All right, hello everybody. My name is Andrew Kilpatrick. I live here in Cane Bay in the hammocks, and this is going to be a consumer level review for a floor product called Coastal Stone Flooring. So we had a very large concrete pad put in, and it was kind of a hodgepodge of builder level concrete pad, and then we had somebody come in after we moved in to pour a pad around it, and the pathway over there, and a pad around the swim spot over there and inside of the screened-in porch. So it was very large, but it looked awful. I mean, it was a bad concrete job, and we had to come up with another solution. So we did look at other places. We did look at what you would normally get in a garage. It's like an epoxy with these flakes put in, and it was almost like a rubber coating. And while that looked good, we just didn't think it'd be strong enough for outdoor use. And let me just say from the front that I am a regular customer. I'm definitely not a professional concrete guy. I'm not a flooring guy. I'm just a regular customer that was looking to get their stuff done. And I just want to leave a review for these folks. Not a paid service, and we're not getting paid for this review. All right, so let's talk about this a little bit. So first of all, it's a really nice product. The samples that they gave us, they're pretty impressive. You can see how thick they are. Okay, and this goes right over your existing concrete, so they can't come in and just pour this in a yard. It's got to be poured over concrete. So it's nice and thick. It's solid. It consists of, as you can see, a bunch of stones, pebbles, and they put in epoxy, and it cures and hardens, and it's a really nice product. And there's different colors. You can see, I don't know the names of the different colors, but you can see the different variations of color here. That's the one that we got for ours. And the thickness of these samples is probably about a ½ inch. And then we'll come over here and I'll show you what it looks like on top and the thickness of it. So you can see the existing concrete pad there, and then the stone flooring that goes over top of it, and that's actually more than a ½ inch. So they weren't cheaping out. They weren't being chintzy. They were very generous. They put the right amount on. The process takes about, for a large pad like this, it took 2 days. But normally for a normal patio or normal screen-in porch area, they'll get it done in a day. So the first day they came out and they formed up everything. They still have to put forms in. And then the second day they came back and then they poured. Actually, the first day they did some pouring, and then the second day they came back and finished up. Then they'll come back in about, I don't know, 3 or 4 days and take off the forms. They do have control joints here. You can see where those are. They're really nice and clean. And like I said, the concrete underneath here was in really bad shape. It had some hairline fractures, nothing serious. I do know that they cannot put over severely damaged concrete, but they can put over concrete that's got some minor cracks. So, with that being said, let's go over a couple of things. So I think this is best for outdoors. You can probably put in your garage. I don't think it would be too much of a problem, but this was, like, I think, the perfect solution for covering up an outdoor concrete patio that just looks really bad. One of the nice things about it is you can see we had this old outdoor patio furniture, and you can see on the bottom of the leg there, it's got rust stains. Okay, so on the concrete, these legs on all of our furniture would just cause terrible orange stains. And no matter what we did, we wound up having to get the tennis balls and cutting them open and putting them on the feet. So that was the only solution to it not staining the concrete. But as you can see, there are no stains around these chairs. It will not stain the stone. Um, so this is a great solution. I mean, if you have an old concrete and you try and come up with solutions like I did, Yeah, you're wasting your time and you're wasting your money. We tried painting it. That was a waste of time. We talked about a company coming in and resurfacing it. That was a lot of money. So make no mistake, this is not a cheap product. This is a high quality product and it's very labor intensive, and there is a lot of stone and epoxy that they have to put down. So it is price, the value is appropriate for what you're paying. You're probably going to be around $12 to $13 a square foot. Don't quote me on that. You can certainly talk to the folks and they can give you a better idea of what the price is going to be for your particular job. But that's what you can probably expect, somewhere in that neighborhood. Um, it's easy to clean, um, very light on the maintenance. After they after they put it down, how long do you need to stay off it? You probably need to stay off it for about a day, probably about 24 hours. And if you're getting it put in a garage, which is perfectly fine, you can do a garage. You're looking at about 7 days for you to not go on that. So another thing, how's it do with mold and mildew? Well, it's got this antimicrobial ingredient in the epoxy, so you don't have to worry about any growth of mold or mildew. It's a good product for that. So, like I touched on before, you can install this over concrete that's been cracked but not severely broken. So, again, you're gonna have to contact a rep and ask them what they think about that. They'll have to take a look and see if it's even an option for you. Don't worry about water. Water will flow naturally through this product, and just like regular concrete, which is slightly sloped, it'll just follow the concrete pattern, and you won't have any issues with the water puddling. We had none so far. We've had this on for a couple of weeks now. As far as logos go and decorative stuff, according to their website, you can put logos on here and borders and maybe change colors. Again, that's something you'll have to contact the company about. The company name is Coastal Stone Flooring. However, their website is coastalstonefloors.com, not flooring. So one thing I will say that is a slight con and has to be looked out for. So ours was a very big patio. It took 2 days for them to pour this. They did a section one day and they came back and did a section the other day. They used the same lot of stone. However, there was a slight change in the color from one day to the next. And you can slightly see it right there. The stone on the left is just a little bit different than the stone on the right. That was brought up with the owner, and I can't say enough good things about their willingness to make you happy and make sure the product is right. They did come back and they did replace a section that was bad enough where you can really see the difference. This section is not that bad, and we're going to look at that again in probably another 9 to 12 months. And the owner has given his word that if that doesn't eventually blend in, they'll come out and they'll take care of it. So that's a good thing. The owner stands by his product. Really, really good people, really good installers. They did a fantastic job. They do have a referral program, which is awesome. We did refer somebody, and the owner, out of the blue, without us asking or even knowing about it, just sent us a nice little gift. So if you go ahead and get this installed, refer them to your friends, and they'll take care of you with something nice. But it's a good product. I definitely like it. I'm glad we went with it as opposed to the other solution, which was the rubber flaky material, which we didn't even like the look of it. This looks fantastic, and it's a good solid product. And one last thing, you may worry about, does this chip off? Does these pebbles come up? And you have a little tiny pebbles that might have flaked up here and there, but definitely nothing that I'm worried about. That's going to happen here and there, but it's overall it's a really, really solid product. And you also may be worrying about walking on it with your feet. How does it feel? And it's not as comfortable as walking on definitely not as comfortable as walking on carpet, and maybe just a little less comfortable than walking on solid concrete. However, it does not get as hot as solid concrete does. I mean, this patio was burn your feet. You had to have something on your feet when you walked around on it. But with this product, it's not that bad at all. You can walk on it in the middle of summer and it doesn't burn your feet. So there you go. That's my review. Again, this is a consumer level review. This is not a professional review in any way, shape, or form. I am not a professional flooring guy at all, but I'm just a typical consumer, and just really pleased with the product. So again, give them a call, coastalstonefloors.com. Their number is 843-306-3063.